Dennis Martin, Francis Carlos Serrano, and John Cedric Cahipe. This contest is sanctioned by the Games and Amusement Board. And from the blue corner, from Baldugan MMA, JP Hernandez! And from the red corner, from Badger MMA, Nico Allego! Ladies and gentlemen, let me correct myself. This second fight is our flyweight bout. Introducing first from the blue corner with 2 wins, 1 loss, standing at 5 feet 4 inches with a reach of 125 centimeters, a well-rounded fighter from Baldugan MMA, JP Hernandez. his opponent from the red corner with 4 wins and 5 losses. Weighing in at 135 pounds, a freestyle fighter with a reach of 159 centimeters. From Badger MMA, Nico Allego! And our referee in charge of the action, Florencio Eusebio. Let us welcome into the cage, the beautiful Tina! Let's get ready for round 1.
Hernandez versus Allego immediately goes for that takedown. Double underhooks now for Allego. Takedown attempt by Allego. And he ends up on top half guard. JP Hernandez from Baldugan MMA from the blue corner as he is up against Nico Allego from Badger MMA in the red corner. Allego still working from top position. As Hernandez is trying to recover guard. Good control over that opposite side arm. Is Allego. Allego now finally passing the guard. He's now in side control. However, he needs to posture up in order to mount any type of attack. Elbows to the ribs. Short elbows again from Allego. Hernandez will do his best to recover guard or create enough space in order to sneak that inside, that near side shin in. But it's a little bit too difficult because he's pinned against the cage. Now he needs to sneak his left arm across and frame on the inside. However, Allego is making it very difficult as he rains down elbows on the face of his opponent. Double underhook still for Allego. Nice reversal here from Hernandez. Good scrambles here from both our fighters. Good leg kick there by Hernandez. However, takedown by Allego. Allego now on top half guard. He needs to sneak that leg in order to get to mount. However, Hernandez has different things in mind. Hernandez trying to stand up. He wants to score a takedown of his own. However, medyo almost a seat belt here by Allego. However, Hernandez successful with that single leg takedown. However, is not really out of the weeds yet. This is a very dangerous position. Nico can easily get his back. Allego decides to go to guard. Now he turtles. Hernandez now will have an opportunity to get his back. Hernandez needs to create a little bit more space. So many scrambles are happening, ladies and gentlemen, but this is just the very first round. Allego still winning, Still winning and getting an advantage of the scrambles here as he ends up on top side control. Plenty of time to work here. He's trying to pin that arm. Good wrist control here by Nico. Now it's either he pins that with his shin. Yes, that's exactly what he's trying to do. Hernandez now is going to try to push off the fade. He's going to try to push off the cage and then launch himself for a reversal. Good top control here by Allego. Allego can either go for a far side armbar or a Kimura. Now he's going to go for a key lock here. He's going to pin that wrist down and then slide it across his legs. Hernandez decides to stand up. However, Allego latches on quickly. Standing guillotine here by Hernandez. Standing guillotine here by Hernandez. Good defense by Allego. Now he has it cinched in. Now he's squeezing for dear life. Hernandez. Very good escape there by Allego. End of the very first round. And you are watching first round highlights. I don't know how our director is going to choose, pero sobrang daming nangyari. Good exchanges here from both of our fighters. Mad scrambles, good exchanges, reversals and takedowns. All of these actions are brought to you by Cage Gladiators, IFC, Farmex, and MBTC. Almost had him with that standing guillotine. Medyo hindi lang pumasok yung arms niya sa ilalim. Pero good recognition there by Hernandez na medyo okay. Medyo hindi na to pasok. He let go so that he doesn't burn his arms out. And we get to see another round from both of our warriors. We're coming to you here inside the SM Sky Dome. Very packed venue. Marami pong nanonood at nag-e-enjoy ng ating main cards for Zeus Fight League Domination. This is round number 2, scheduled for 3. Hernandez in the blue corner. Allego in the red corner. Good leg kick there by Hernandez. Allego answers with a leg kick of his own. Another leg kick by Hernandez. Both of our fighters have decided that they're going to go standing. However, spoke too soon. Aiming for that single leg is JB Hernandez. Hernandez needs to pin and post his shoulder towards that cage and then launch so that he can get that leg towards his hips. Good takedown here by Hernandez. However, counter, single leg by Allego. Allego now in familiar territory. He's back in side control once again. Crossbody here by Allego. Allego raining down elbows from side control. One arm is trapped in between the legs of Allego. JB now trying to push his head away. JB still trying to create space, but he needs that he needs his left arm inside. He needs to frame on the inside. More elbows from Nico. If Allego decides to use his shin to pin down the opposite arm of JB, this is going to be a very difficult position. Both hands on the outside for Hernandez. He can either go for a well-timed bridge or he can escape towards his right side. Allego trying to isolate the left arm of Hernandez. Good sneaky attacks. Good sneaky elbows there by Allego. Now we're back to half guard. But that left arm is still in between the legs of Allego. Hernandez needs to bring that inside and frame on the hips. This is a good opportunity for Allego to go to mount, and which he does. Now we're on top. Full mount here by Allego. Allego trying to soften up his opponent with a few punches to the head. Hernandez will try to bridge out of this one. Back exposure now. A little bit too high for Nico. Nico needs to slide down a bit. He needs to slide down a bit. There you go. Chest to back. One hook in. Two hooks in. Now he's going to try to stretch him out. Back mount here for Allego. A little bit more extension. Now he has that right arm across the chin, underneath the chin. He's really going for that choke. Allego going for that rear naked choke. And we see a tap. Rear naked choke finish for Nico Allego. Patience, composure, and very good setup here from the red corner representing Badger MMA, Mr. Allego. Victorious via rear naked choke. Very good exchange from both fighters to start the second round. Hernandez had a little bit of advantage. He scored those leg kicks. Those low kicks paved the way for succeeding attacks. And then he decided to go for a takedown. Then we went back to the scrambles, back and forth. Allego.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our winner. With a submission via rear naked choke at 3 minutes, 55 seconds of round number 2. The winner from the red corner, Nico Allego.
For our cage interview with our victor.
Congratulations, Nico Allego from Team Badger MMA. Wow! That was an intense match. Napagod na ako sa panood po sa inyo. Now, grabe, with the victory, no, laging may valley, there are valleys in victories. And I just want to know, first of all, sa round 1, nakot po kayo sa isang guillotine. Muntikan na. You were almost caught there, but how did you escape that tight guillotine?
Talagang tinulak ko siya eh. Kung siguro nag-guard siya, baka pumasok yun. Hindi kasi siya nag-guard kaya tinuloy-tuloy ko yung escape. Tulak talaga. Tapos defense ko in arms.
Nakaspot siya ng weakness, lumusot siya, perfect. Wow, please let me know, have you been practicing this rear naked choke? Talagang kasama ba to sa game plan nyo?
Mostly kasama talaga. Ground and pound. Tapos, natural naman sa tao pag tinatamaan sa mukha, tatalikod. Matik na yun. Talagang kukuha na ng opportunity na ma-choke ko siya.
Wow, amazing, amazing performance. Please give a shout out po sa mga sumuporta sa iyo at sa mga nag-train po sa inyo para makapunta po kayo dito.
Shoutout ka, Art of Juggler. Thank you so much sa cross-training namin. Tapos, DFC, Antipolo, Janelle Francisco, sa kumpare ko. Tapos, sa mga teammate ko, Badger, MMA, thank you. Lalo na ng boss ko, Roderick, tsaka si Oding. Tsaka sa pamilya ko, tsaka sa sponsor, Ma'am Aurora, thank you. Tsaka, Boss Pao Pilais, sa magandang shirt, Corpit. Thank you so much sa mga sumuporta. Thank you.
Congratulations! Let's give it up once again for Nico Allego!
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your flyweight winner, Nico Allego from Badger MMA, as you are watching that crafty rear naked choke finish.
We head on to the big boys. Again, this contest is sanctioned by the Games and Amusement Board. This bout is scheduled for 3 rounds in the lightweight